I see two concurrent viewers. I think one is me. If you're out there, let me know in the chat. If not, it's okay. You don't have to. I wish I could understand why this lag is so very bad. So I'm gonna watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, that's probably closer to 20 seconds lag between what you see live and what I'm doing. That's crazy. All right, well, I don't have anybody here, but I'm gonna go ahead and start opening some rolls because I gotta get through this box. Hopefully we'll get a few people in. And on that note, I'm going to go ahead and just start opening some rolls because I got to get through these things. That 2018 and a 2015 right off the bat. Guess we'll go through these. Let me zoom out a little bit here. Too much. Right about there. Feel like we're a little bit bright tonight. Hey, Mo Money Inc., what's up? How are you, sir? I actually just opened the box and got started because I didn't feel like filming this and editing it. I thought I could just come out here and hang out with some folks tonight. Glad you could make it. Silver Junter, I'll take it. How's the fam, Mo Money? Hey, Opa Shark, how are you, buddy? Just opening some rolls, hanging out. Watching the Heat destroy the 76ers, yeah. See, Atlanta just has terrible basketball. I can't bring myself to watch it. When we would get free tickets to go see the Hawks through like the Boy Scouts or through the YMCA basketball leagues, I would take my son. And every game was the same. We'd be down by 30 points in the second quarter or third quarter. And, you know, at least the tickets were cheap because they were from the Boy Scouts or the YMCA, but still just sucks going out there and watching them lose every time. So the kids are out of the house. It's quiet. That's nice. My kids are both a little under the weather and just went up for bed. Got them all drugged up, and they should be asleep here any second, really. I have not had, well, I can't say I've not had luck. I've had a lot of luck with half dollars lately, but it just seems like about every sixth or eighth box I get what seems to be a pretty good one lately, but then everything in between is just junk. It's just skunk boxes or... So I got two today. I got a box to pick up tomorrow and some quarters. And I'm hoping that between those four boxes something turns out to be okay. When you say during Muggsy's time, I mean, are you talking about like just me generally seeing the Hawks? No, this would have been in the last few years. Looks like we might have a NIFC in here. There's a dirty bicentennial. Got a 2016D, so we got a 2015D, 2016D, and a 2018D. There's a 2015P. This might be a big old NIFC box. I normally don't look at these 73s, but why not? We'll give them a quick look. I've never found a 73 DDO. I think the Hawks have been good at some point in my life. I know in the last 5 or 10 years, it's been sad. So I don't watch a lot of basketball. Yeah, Mo Money, that's what I was saying. I mean, my in-between boxes lately, now this one I've actually found a few NIFCs, but of the last probably 14 to 16 boxes, I've had 2 or 3 great ones for silver, so I'm not complaining. But everything in between has been literally a skunk box, like either completely nothing or like maybe one busted NIFC. So it's been feast or famine for me, quite frankly. And I know, like, I'm a big fan of Freedom Coins. I like watching his live streams, and I mean, he's got some, you know, stuff. He's moving house and whatnot, so he's got other stuff going on in his life. And he posted a video, I think it was yesterday or day before, like he's stopping his streams for a little bit. And part of his reasoning, there's another NIFC 2016, was that the boxes have been really bad. You know, I mean, he charges, I don't know, a couple $4 or $5 a roll, but he's really good about giving out silver with the purchase. But even he's like, you know, I feel bad running these streams and charging people for rolls, and just, you know, they're drying up. And every week he's finding 1 or 2 silvers, if that, in his live streams. So even he's taking a little bit of a break. So I think you just got to kind of power through. There might be an NIFC in there. What's up, legit? It's just chatting with Mo Money. He said you were out with Bionic Bull. I appreciate you stopping by and saying hi. If you were out having fun, you should do that, because that sounds like a lot of fun. A lot of 2000s. This is roll number 8. Roll number 8. This was weird too. I did this in my last live stream. I had Loomis rolls in a Brinks box. But what had happened was I was at a Wells Fargo that got Loomis rolls. And the boxes got wet and destroyed. So I moved the rolls from their boxes into some spare Brinks boxes I had in my car. Today I picked these up from a Brinks bank. And I got a Brinks, at least this one I've seen, a Brinks box. And it had Loomis rolls in it, which I thought was actually pretty funny. So somewhere along the way, there was a transfer, maybe at Brinks or something like that. These rolls shouldn't be in this box. These are the wrong rolls for this box. And they don't look repacked. Like they don't look like they've been opened. Obviously, because I'm finding NIFCs in here, but I guess that doesn't really mean anything. Nice 1998. Who let this guy? You talking about legit Mo money? Yeah, I know. You said the kids were out having fun. That's what I was saying. I appreciate them stopping by, but if they were out having fun, they should keep doing that. I haven't found a 74D DDO in months. I used to find them all the time. Used to find them all the time. Now, a few of these look like they could be repacked. Like this one, that looks a little suspect, but whoever, if somebody repacked that and rolled it, they did a really good job. There could be something in there. So I will say, I was looking at my analytics the other day, and I am doing really well. Those last couple of videos I had that were big, that were big finds, they've just been churning up the views and the hours. I'm going to run a giveaway here soon as I get a little closer to 750. But I only have, like right now, about 280 subscribers left to get monetized, and I'm just under 1,000 hours. So it's, it's creeping right along. Getting kind of excited about it. I just need to, work's been crazy and I haven't been able to create as much content, but I need to just keep plugging away. So I'd love to try to get monetized by this summer. That'd be nice. I have found lately, though, because I've been going back and watching some of my videos, that YouTube is running ads on my videos. I am not monetized, and I don't get a cent for it. And that kind of makes me a little angry that they're making money on my videos, and I can't. Roll number 11. Roll number 11. Yeah, I mean, the first video I found it on was and it's getting, for some reason, a surprising number of views lately. I did a review of, 2016D. Where's my camera? Which way do I got to go? This way. 2016D, that's a decent NIFC. I did a review and unboxing of I think it was Monument Metals a long time ago, around this time last year. And it was on their starter kit, which is actually, especially back when I did it, a great deal. But you get like 4 or 4.5 ounces of silver, and you basically get it at spot or just a little over spot. And I mean, back when I did it, it was, I don't know, $85 or $90. Now I'm sure it's like $130 or something like that, something stupid. But that's gotten a lot of views, and I noticed that one was monetized, and it's basically said that if I wasn't the copyright owner or something like that, or content owner or something, that other people could make claims on my video. So I thought maybe Monument Metals monetized my video, which is fair because I'm reviewing their company. And then I started watching some of my other videos, and I noticed I was getting ads at the beginning of a lot of them. So I did some reading, and it turns out that YouTube can just monetize your videos if they want. You just don't get paid for it. Which I thought was a little strange. Yeah, that was a nice 2016. Hey, Coin Roll Fishing, how are you? Yeah, I watched your video today. I think it was your video. 55 boxes in a week? That is insane, brother. I mean, that had to take hours and hours and hours to get through 55 boxes in a week, and you had quite the haul of silver. Like, if I recall, like 28 or 29 ounces of silver. But that was awesome. Good for you, man. I tell you, the thing that surprised me the most was your hit percentage on boxes with silver. You were like upper 40s or mid 50% on your boxes hitting silver. That was impressive, man. That was really impressive. Because down here, I think the hit rate's probably closer to 5 to 10% on the boxes in Atlanta. And I don't know, Coin Roll Fishing, if you just, kind of edge hunt and then toss, or if you actually look for errors and varieties, but I have found that, I can rip through a box in 15 minutes if I'm just edge hunting. But if I'm going through them like this and I'm looking for, errors and varieties and throwing some stuff under the scope, a box can take, 30, 45 minutes. So I imagine if I were doing 55 in a week, man, I would just edge hunt and rip through them and return them. But good for you. So you guys in the chat, if you haven't, definitely go check out Coin Roll Fishing's video because it's impressive to watch. And he found a boatload of silver. What is everybody doing tonight? You guys coin roll hunting too? You just hanging out? Coin Roll Fishing says, getting my teeth kicked in this week. Only 10 silvers found. So you edge hunt. You used to check for errors too. Yeah, if I was doing that kind of volume, man, I don't know if I'd take the time to look for errors if I were doing that kind of volume. I try to do 7 to 10 boxes a week, mostly halves, but, I usually look at least 1/4 box. I haven't done it lately, but I usually try to fit in like a penny box and a nickel box every week or two. Just because I'm doing a nickel book fill and penny book. I bought some penny books, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do that because there's a 2015. It's dirty, but which way? I got to go this way. I got my phone turned around. My phone is my camera, and I have it turned around, and it's not where it usually is. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, like one of my first live streams, I had a collection dump at a local Wells Fargo where I picked up like 5 or 6 rolls of Buffalo nickels and like 25 rolls of wheat pennies. There was probably 10 rolls of like, 30s, 40s, and 50s nickels. And I was brand new to this and really didn't know what I was looking for, and did a live stream just kind of sorting through it. And of course I kept all the wheat pennies and rolled them up by decade. And I thought it might be fun to go back through those now that I know more about pennies, and I've got penny books, so we could look for, look for stunners, look for things that would be nice to put in the book. And if I don't have nice ones, at least I could fill the book, and as I go through penny boxes, have a really good run at it. Wow, 8,000 quarters and only 6 W's. I did a single $500 box last week and found 2. And if you haven't seen my video, I did a box 3 or 4 weeks ago and got a 1856 seated Liberty quarter. That was amazing. That was an amazing find in a box of bank quarters. Hey, Legit, thanks for stopping by, brother. Appreciate it. And I can't remember. Legit, you might... I know Legit and Bionic Bull are together, but I always forget which one is the boy and which one's the girl. So if I have that backwards, I apologize. You have to fill me in. Yeah, I've got it around here somewhere. Let me grab it. I've got it in a folder. I'll show it to you. Oh, here he is. I'm sorry, it was 1853. I thought it was 1856. Apologies here. Coin Shop seemed to think it was like a high VF. I've had some folks tell me that it's XF. I think it's XF, but that's what the Coin Shop told me. Unfortunately, because it's in a flip, the light doesn't do well, but it's just got amazing detail on it for being in a circulated box. Oh, that was pretty cool. It's like a $70 to $100 coin, something like that. Legit is the boy. Thank you. Appreciate that. The dude. I just assume that everybody in the crowd is male because I was looking at the analytics on my channel, and I mean, of course, YouTube doesn't necessarily know, but according to its algorithm, it said something like 90+% of my audience was male. So when I run across people and hear their voice for the first time and realize that they are female, I'm like, oops, I've been calling them dude and stuff for months. Oh well, what am I up to? 7 NIFCs? I would love to find me some silver tonight, but I am not hopeful. Well, that's kind of cool. I mean, it's dirty, but look at the rainbow. I don't know if that'll come up on the camera. You see the rainbow tint on that? It's only on the front. That's pretty cool. It's a dirty coin, though. The other thing I'm always amazed by is half of the varieties that I found, like, the 74D DDOs, they're always in the worst freaking shape. And not that I want to find, well, I'd love to find one in mint state, but you'd hope you'd find one that would be in fantastic shape. Go get it graded and sell it for $300 or $400. That'd be nice. So a little more room here. So, coin roll fishing. Are you trying to get through that many boxes every week? How many banks do you have to go to roll that much coin? I know that if I brought back, 10 boxes of halves to one bank, they would shoot me. I mean, the banks I use, they've got a coin machine. They're always very pleasant, very nice. But I can tell, well, I would say there are times I can tell they're frustrated with having to, like, every day or every other day, empty out $1,000 worth of halves, or, go through $1,500 worth of halves for me. Going in there with $8,000 or $9,000 worth of halves in one day, they'd shoot me. If you're still here, I'd love to hear from you. Something else for you guys, if you, was it Flying Twinkie? I think he's doing a live stream tomorrow night, and the dude's got like $30,000 worth of silver or something crazy. He's going to be auctioning off. That'll be fun. I'll be there for a little bit. So you got a dozen banks. That too takes a lot of time driving around all of them, but that's good. You're spreading it out, so you're not burdening any one branch. People like you help all of us, right? By not giving coin roll hunters a bad name. So appreciate that. Spreading that out. Look like a decent 96, but it's got a ring of death on it. Yeah, I have 4 banks really that I will get coins from, mainly from 2. And then I have 2 branches that I return all my coins to. So those 2 banks kind of take the brunt of my coin return. Got a funky looking one over here. What's up with you? You just weird and dirty? Yeah, you're just weird and dirty. 73, it had a strange edge. Oh, that's nice. What type of bank is it? Like, what is it? Wells Fargo? What's the name of the bank that has the coin machines? The ones I go to down here that have coin machines it's Fifth Third. But I found a couple of other credit unions and branches that have them. And when I called, they basically, most of them have a $100 to $250 limit, and then they charge you 10%. And I was like, well, I'm not going there, because at the end of the day, again, if I'm returning $1,000 every other day, or every 3 days, they'll eat me alive in fees. Southland Credit Union. Never heard of them. That's probably a local credit union. One of the ones I found that I was just talking about, it's like a Georgia Southern Credit Union or something like that. The roll 24, boys and girls. We got some NIFCs in here for sure. Well, I say for sure. And that one is not. Ring of Death 1998. We did get a 2015. A little dirty. But nice sheen on it. 7, I'm up to 8. You might need to update my ticker. So Southern California. Makes sense. Makes sense. I would love to coin roll hunt some other areas of the country. When I get up to Virginia, I try to swing by as many banks as I can and either get what they have in the behind the register, or I've been lucky a couple of times. I've been into branches and they've had, you know, an old box. I say old, you know, a box of halves that they got at some point. They've got a handful of rolls left in it, and I'll pick those up. But I'd love to try some other states other than New Jersey. Mo Money Inc., if you're still here, I've heard recently that kind of the Northeast has been real slow. I was in a chat on Facebook today where it was, I don't remember the name of the group, Silver Stacking or something, and somebody had started a thread about hunting a box of halves and found a silver, and they were excited. And somebody started in about, you know, how much profit do people make doing this? And I kind of just went into full teacher mode on this stuff. And I'm like, if you're doing this for profit, you need to pick a new hobby, because the amount of time it takes to do this, it's, I mean, I guess you could make a living doing it, but I think there's a lot of things you could do to make a lot more money in the time you would spend. But it was pretty funny, the amount of back and forth that thread generated about coin roll hunting. Because the reality is, you can get lucky and find a score that's, I mean, and coin roll fishing just had it, right? I mean, you end up with $700, $800, $900 worth of silver in a box. It's a really nice day, but those days don't happen every day, or even every week, you know. I don't know about you guys. I can't live on that little bit of money. Come here, coins. Oh yeah, no, coin roll fishing, I don't do it for the money either, and that was my advice. It's like, if you're getting into coin roll hunting for the profit, to make income, you go find something else to do. I do it because I enjoy it, and I do stack silver, and nothing makes me happier than finding face value constitutional silver. So I just enjoy it. I don't always sound like I enjoy it, but I do. I think you've all been there. I think it was Coin Hunter Chris had a video from a couple of weeks ago where he went into a branch he'd never been in before, and basically asked at the counter if they had some old half dollars and whatnot. And they gave him a box that had like $1,000 worth of old silver halves, and it was unbelievable, unreal. Like just a branch he'd never even been in before. Went in on a whim, and somebody like that day or day before just turned in a ton of silver. Wasn't wrapped. It was like sitting in a box. He made a killing on that. Yeah, I agree with you, Mo Money. Face value silver makes me so happy. I used to say spot price silver made me happy. And now I'm getting to the point where I'm like, I don't even want to pay spot for it. There's a 2016D. So we're now up to 4 2015s, 4 2016s, and a 2018. So that's 9. Let me update my little ticker here. That's right, coin. That's funny. Coin roll fishing. That is exactly right. It is treasure hunting from your kitchen table or wherever you are set up. Like, I don't need to go trudge through rivers, right? I don't need to get a metal detector and dig through the mud. I don't need to get a shovel and dig to the, center of the earth. Sit here in air conditioning with my friends and look at some coins. Chris, if you're asking about the one that had the big box of silver a couple of weeks ago, that was Coin Hunter Chris. I want to say it was probably 3, 4, or 5 weeks ago. And he went through what happened, tells the whole story. And I mean, he had Benjis, he had Walkers, he had 64 Kennedys. He had, the funny thing is, if it's the one I'm remembering, he had a ton of silver and like almost all of it was 90%. But maybe I'm mixing up some videos now. But absolute killing he made. That looks like that could have been a repacked roll. This is roll 30, actually. And I do have a second box, so I will be going through both of them tonight because I got to get these coins back to the bank because I got 2 more boxes waiting for me tomorrow, and the branch already told me the bank manager is not going to be there on Saturday, so they won't be able to get in the vault. So I got to get these things back tomorrow. And by the way, how are you doing, Chris? It's our local weatherman here. I know you've been you'll go on a road trip and pick up coins from all over the place. Have you had any luck lately? I don't think I've seen you post a video, but maybe I've just missed it in my subscriptions. Give me a second. Let me see if I can find them real quick. I thought it was Coin Hunter, Chris. Yeah. Here it is. I'll post a link to it. If I can find it. It was about a month ago. There you go. Pulling up yesterday in my barber find. Oh, I need to go look at that, Chris. I'm sorry I missed that. So yeah, the link I just posted in my chat, that is to Coin Hunter Chris. 208 subs. I know he's usually in my live streams or comments on my videos. I know he hangs out with Jinx Brothers quite a bit. But he's a good guy. He's working hard. He's trying to get that sub count up. So go give him a look. Hey John, how are you? You're back for another live stream. I remember you from last week. Yeah, sorry. I guess I could have mentioned that. It's all one word. All one word. Oops. Really nice 1997. Ring of Death, nice 1996. Where am I at here? So we are on a roll. What is that? 31, 32 in this box of Loomis wrapped rolls in a Brinks box. Yeah, man, that's tough. 31 boxes and 10 silvers. That's a lot. I mean, I know when I first started my channel, I complain about this all the time. I mean, I went months and 20, 30 boxes in a row without finding any silver. And that was tough. I almost quit. I almost gave up. But the silver has turned around of late. It's been pretty good to me. It's just sporadic. Yeah, you'll enjoy that video from Coin Hunter Chris. Rob Finds Treasure was the last, I just looked at it a second ago. He was the last commenter on it. So I think that's pretty cool. When you get the big guys like, Rob Finds Treasure and, Ravenhawk and those guys, Silver Seeker, comment on your videos, that's pretty cool. I'm excited. I bought some poured silver earlier this week. I don't know how long it's going to take to get to me, but I'm definitely going to show that off on the channel. Kind of excited to get it. But it was 3 pieces. I don't remember. It's probably on the order of 5 or 6 ounces of silver. Yeah. 20 in a row is tough. And I remember, again, when I started the channel, I was reaching out because at the time, like Freedom Coins, every box the dude picked up, man, he was hitting silver. Robin Hood Coins, every time he posted a video. Now, granted, he was doing 6 boxes at a go. Here's a 2012 NIFC. But he was doing 6 boxes at a time. And every video, the guy was hitting silver, and I would send emails to these guys, and I would chat with them in their videos, and I'm like, what are you guys doing? Because even if you're doing 6 boxes and 1 out of 6 has silver, that's awesome compared to going through 10 or 15 or 20 and getting nothing. And they were just like, it happens to us too. We go through our stretches, and at the time, all of them were just kind of in the middle of a, every what seemed like 3 to 5, 6 boxes, they were hitting silver. So it's a 2008 D. So I would call this an NIFC box. 4, 8, 9, 10. We were up to 11. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier, Chris. From your videos, it seems like you travel around and pick up coins all over the place. I'd love to do it. I just don't have the time. The only time I really have to go hunt would be on a Saturday, like drive around to a bunch of banks would be Saturday. And my kids have activities early in the morning, like 9 to 10. Well, the banks around here open at 9 and close at noon. So I just can't get that far away, Roll 36. 30, is that right? 36? Yeah, roll 36. Now, I will say, kind of I won't say the middle of COVID, but there was a period where work was slow, and there were some Fridays where I could cut out at, 2 o'clock in the afternoon or something like that, and at least stay relatively local. But drive around and hit a bunch of banks, in an afternoon. And that was kind of fun, going into banks that I normally didn't have time to go to. And just pick up some customer wrap rolls here or there. If I got lucky, they'd have a box. I don't think I made, any crazy finds out of it, but it was just nice to do something different. Couple of shinies in there, a couple of nice edges. We might have some more NIFCs. Now I pull these because we NIFCs aren't supposed to be there, but I return almost every single one of them now, unless they're just spectacular or they are new, like 2020, 2021, which I've still not found a 2021. The rest all go back. I used to have rolls and rolls of them. I probably had 50 or 60 rolls of NIFCs. And just one day I was like, I tried to sell them, and after fees and shipping, I wasn't really going to make any money, so I just took them all back to the bank. Nice 74. So, Chris, I will say I did do that, and I made a little money that way. If you can put together, decent coins and get a full run of them from like '02 to 18 or '02 to 20, people will pay decent money for that. It's a P and a D all the way through. I did do that the last time I collected a set of them. I made a little bit of money. Enough that it made it worth it to ship them out, and made a couple of bucks. It was one of my subscribers, or it was, just somebody that was on the channel. I can't recall if they were subscribed or not, but they came to one of my live streams and said, "Hey, I'll buy all those NIFCs," and I gave them a fair price, and they actually threw in a couple of bucks on top of it as a donation. So it made it worth it. But I think if you do the sets, you'll find on eBay you can still make some money on that. Yeah, the 21s, I think if you can find 21s, you can make some money on those. I made a killing on 2021 dimes. I got a whole box of brand new 2021 Philadelphia dimes several weeks ago now, probably several months ago now. And I listed them for like $9.50 or $10 a roll on eBay. And I only sold the rolls where you could see at least the heads on one side of the roll. And I think I had 9 or 10 rolls that were tails on both sides. I knew they were 2021 Ps all the way through, but I didn't want to sell those on eBay and then have somebody return them because they couldn't prove that they were 2021 without opening them. So I kept those 10 and just ended up returning them to the bank. But I made, I don't remember what it was, $240, $250 on that, something like that, $225 on that box of dimes. So I imagine the halves would be just as good. Huh. I was going to say, I don't have a 2013 in here for you. I got a 2012. Monedas Cox. What's up, amigo? Yeah, we're counting coins again, I know. Every time you come visit, we're just looking at coins. How's Mexico doing? I don't think you can understand me, but if you do, hope you're well. I know one night I did all the translation on Jinx's channel to Spanish. So that was fun. We are on roll 42. This paper is not ripping well tonight. I got 10 convert. That's awesome. For a pop-up live stream, I'll take 10 people. I appreciate y'all being in the chat. Coming and hanging out with me, keeping me company. I know last week I was drawing names to give away rolls. And it was sad. We did 2 boxes, and I think we only had about 4 people in the chat, so we just kept rotating around who got the rolls, and I couldn't give away a single coin out of 2 boxes to the people that stuck with me for like 2 hours. I felt kind of bad. But it'd be the same today because I wouldn't mail out these NIFCs unless you just really needed them. And I'm not sure anybody really needs an NIFC. Shouldn't have said anything about 10. Now we're down to 9. Yeah, that's what I get. 71. We'll look at that one. So Chris, are you working tonight? Do you work like 7 nights a week, 5 nights a week? Chris says, I did pick up my first gold from my LCS. Canadian 1/10 maple leaf, trying to diversify. So I just listed part of that gold typeset that I picked up in that coin collection. I put it on Instagram and the silver forum. And I'm asking less than you would pay at BGASC and AppMex. But it's still a crazy premium over spot. And I've had a lot of people looking at it, but no interest yet. But I'm selling the 1 ounce or the $20 coin, the $10 coin, and I think the $2.50 coin. I'm keeping the other two coins. One's 4.8 grams, and the other one is like just under 1/4 ounce of gold. So I'm keeping those two and selling the other 3. So if anybody wants some overpriced, well, I say overpriced, properly premiumed pre-33 gold, let me know. And I'm going to put, I found a couple of really good Facebook groups for old pennies on Facebook. So a lot of those large pennies and half pennies, I'm going to be listing there. Just simply because, I mean, I've been watching some of these things and people are paying atrocious prices for like wheat cents. So I imagine if I put an 1833 half cent on there, that should spark some interest. There's a 2016 D. We have another. An IFC. That's 5 on the 2016s for the box. Everything is properly premiumed. Yeah, I should trademark that in the community. The silver comes properly premiumed. Yeah, and inflation's coming. It's really kind of already here, but I think it's going to get worse. So, yeah, I think that's going to be the problem moving the gold is I gotta, it's just your group of people who are willing to drop like $1,900, $1,950 on a single coin. That takes a special person, I want to say the 1 ounce, or it's nearly an ounce, the $20 coin on AppMex and BGASC, it's going for like $20.50 or $20.75, and I've got it listed for like $19.50 or something like that. So, I mean, it's still $100 cheaper than you can get it at some of the online bullion dealers, but even the way I buy silver, when I buy it, it would irk me to spend that much over spot on anything. There's a 2015 D. So now we're up to 5 of those. Because I know where I can, I will get it at spot or under. But about every 2 months, I do just have to take the plunge and say, here's some new rounds or government coins I want. If they're $5 or $6 over spot, I'll buy a couple just to add to the stack. But it hurts my feelings every time I do it. Hey, John. Tell your wife I said hello. Should get her to say, come on, silver. We need some help. We have 2 rolls left in this box, and I'm moving on to the next one. Well, I mean, so I'm not a doom and gloom person on fiat coin roll fishing. I don't know if we're ever going to get to hyperinflation. I think inflation's going to get us. I don't think we're, at least in the next, call it 20 years, 30 years, going to get to like Zimbabwe levels where a loaf of bread ends up costing you $1 million US. I mean, I don't think we're going to get there. But inflation's definitely coming. Inflation is going to, it's going to continue to exceed cost of living increases and that sort of thing. So, I mean, I just bought a new washer and dryer, and what I had to pay for that is just obscene. And part of that is, our money just isn't worth as much. Part of that is, so much of this stuff is sourced overseas and from China, and with tariffs and taxes and the cost of materials going up kind of across the board, just stuff's gotten expensive. So you've got, I think, a little bit of a devaluation of currency along with just stuff's expensive. And I don't see that correcting anytime soon. All right, roll number 50. But those are the ravings of a madman, aka me. So if you're listening in and trying to take my financial advice, don't do that. I'm just an idiot looking at coins. You hope I'm right. Well, I hope I'm right too. And maybe I'm naive, and I'm okay with that. It's another 2016. Wish those were worth $100 a piece. It'd be a very productive box. $97. All right, so I'm going to update my counts here. So we had a 14, is that right? 6, 7, 10, 12, 13, 14 NIFCs. And I don't know if I can make that shine go away. Make it really yellow if you want. That's not really better. I need to figure out how to diffuse my light a little better. I'll get that figured out one day. Where was I going? I think I said 14, right? 11, 12, 13, 14 NIFCs. We'll put them aside for now. What does Chris say? Chris says, at Heavy Fog, the way I look, did somebody join that I missed? Heavy Fog, do you think there are enough coins out there that the existing searchers aren't dramatically reducing the probability of finding silver or rare coins? So at Heavy Fog, I think there are so many coins, and I see Chris responded already, but I'll just say, I think there are so many coins in existence that I don't know if we're dramatically reducing it, but obviously the more that we pull out of circulation, the less there will be. I also believe that old people are dying every day, and those collections are getting dumped at banks because families don't know enough to take it to a coin shop or a pawn shop or a bullion dealer or sell it on eBay. So it ends up back in the banking system. And that's why I've instructed my family what we have and what it's worth and what not to do with it. But I do think silver is getting tighter, but I think every day more just ends up back in the system, and it's just a matter of waiting for it to come through and hit a box you're going to look at. Chris said the same thing now that I caught up. Look at that. You came across a trade dollar and a dollar roll yesterday. Now that's nice. Trade dollars, if they're in good condition, can command several $100s. I think the one I got in the collection I bought the other day is worth like, I don't know, 150, 200. So a decent trade dollar that's nice, John. Really nice. Yep. I would love to find me a trade dollar. All right. Box number 2, I've already actually cut the tape just to make life easier for me. Let's see here. I do not see silver. And these are proper Brinks rolls. So Hopefully that'll change things up. 18. So mine's 1877. Let's look that up real quick. Any idea on the condition, John? Would you say an 1876? There are a couple, at least in Red Book. I mean, you'd have to go to PGCS to look at all of the varieties and stuff. But an 1876 in VG8, which is not hard to get to VG8, you're at $165. You get it into fine, you're at 185. You get up into the very fine, you're over 200. I'll just lift that up so you guys can see it. Again, Red Book's probably a little high. I mean, if you hawked it on eBay, you know, you're not going to get that. You know, you'll get probably a little less than that, maybe that much. Then you got to pay your 15% in fees. But still, finding a dollar coin for $1 that's worth $200, even if you paid 15% to sell it, I'd do that all day, every day. Do you have an 1876 half Carson City, Chris? All right, now you're making me want to look that up. That's got to be worth a small fortune, too. $1876 CC. Here you go. Is it it's a seated Liberty, right? Was that what you said? It'd have to be a seated Liberty. Carson City. Raise it up here so y'all can see. 1876 Carson City. It starts at $85 for a G4. If you get up into the extra fine, you're up to like $200. Nope, sorry, you're up to $400 if you get into the extra fines. So that would be a great find as well. Hey, Mo Money Inc., thanks for coming by, buddy. Yeah, man, that's amazing. That is truly amazing. That's a great find. I've not found anything earlier than a Walking Liberty coin roll hunting. And halves. Obviously, we showed off my seated Liberty quarter that I found. But in halves, I've never found a barber. Nothing else. Oh, yours is in terrible. Oh, less than G4. Okay, well, you're probably still looking at a $40 or $50 coin, unless it's just slick metal. Then you're looking at silver price. But I mean, hell, I'd be excited if I found it, even if it was pretty slick. John, I'd love to see that. Now that you've got no way to do it, I'd love to see that trade dollar, though. That is pretty cool. An IFC maybe? Ender? Nope. Just a really, look at that 74. Gotta go this way. A little damage on the cheek there, a little rub. It's a beautiful 74 Philadelphia, though. What else do we have in here? That's another 74. These look like they probably came from a mint set. Just looking at the, just looking at the edge. They're a little thicker than most. And just the luster on these is pretty cool. I'm going to put those aside. They might be upgrades in my book. Or my set of books. I actually have 2 sets of half books for my kids. That's awesome. I bought a couple of barber halves. I've never found one, though. And I got them both for under spot. So I was happy about that. They are not in great shape, but they're barbers, and they were cheap silver. All right, Chris, man, get out of here. Yeah, go. I need to smack the Braves and the Hawks and everybody else that's in a sport in Atlanta. Hey, man, good luck tonight. Have fun. Enjoy work. I think most Atlanta teams are pretty tough to watch. The Falcons are the worst. The Falcons can be winning a game, you know, by 60-something points and lose it in the fourth quarter, game after game after game. Just terrible. Roll number 4. I'd like to just find one silver in this box. That would make me so happy. Ring of death on that. 71. I would have put that under the scope otherwise. That was a nice looking one. We got 7 in here. Just looking at the chat, make sure I haven't missed anybody. Nope. Shiny edges in there. So I keep forgetting the is it coin roll fishing? I keep wanting to say coin hunting fishing, and that just doesn't make any sense. Coin roll fishing. You still here? Got a question for you. If you were still out there. So I did watch your video. I want to say it looked like most of your boxes were either Wells Fargo boxes or Loomis boxes. Is that true? And have you found that any one, let's say, securities company produces more silver for you than others? Because I get that question a lot on Facebook groups I'm in. I've gotten it in chat, in live streams before, and my reality of late is that Loomis boxes are not producing a lot of silver for me. But I'm curious, you're going through way more boxes than me. So you have more data points. I'm just curious. And do you get Brinks boxes as well from time to time? Hate bicentennials. A lot of shiny, just nothing, not turning into anything. That's something I haven't had in a while, is a nice big proof box. Remember, like over a year ago, I had a box that had like 16 proofs in it. 17 proofs, like San Francisco clad proofs. That was kind of fun. Wells Fargo don't produce for me. NF String & Sons and Loomis are great producers. So you were doing well. Okay, so Wells Fargo they use Brinks in California. Okay, so the Wells Fargo here they're basically yellow wrapped rolls, but they're, so hang on. Wells Fargo here typically does Loomis boxes. Occasionally they will get the ones that have the holes in the bottom with the little flips. I thought those were Wells Fargo company ones, but maybe they're somebody else. They're yellow wrapped rolls, but they don't say Loomis. And then my other bank, Fifth Third, they do the bricks, the black rolls, the casino chip rolls. And lately these have produced much better for me than any of the yellow rolls. But Loomis has been tough. I want to say probably back in September, I had a couple of Loomis boxes that I had 8 or 9 silvers in a box, maybe 12 silvers in a box. And that was a lot of fun, but it's few and far between. Okay, so the holes in the bottom are the String & Sons. So the Wells Fargo for me gets those on occasion. I've probably only done, 10, 12, 15 of those boxes ever. It's a nice looking 92. Roll number 10. Yeah, they're the ones with the holes. They're nondescript, so I wasn't sure who manufactured those, where they came from. They come in at Wells Fargo like I think it's even like a Wells Fargo security truck. But I just wasn't sure. I wasn't sure where they got them from. So thanks. So yeah, I don't know if you had a chance to go back and look at my little epic box from a couple weeks ago. That was a crazy, crazy box. That was the most I'd ever found ever in a box, and that was a Brinks box. And like I said, if you go watch that video, I think I had my one roll had 7 in it. Had 7 silvers in it, like 6 of them were 90s or something like that. It was crazy. Yeah, I would love to get a string of 40 plus boxes. I mean, I've seen, who was it? Southern Metal had a stream a while ago where he had over 100 silvers in a box. I've seen Rob Finds Treasure get 80 and 90 in a box. My record, I think, is either 54 or 58. That was the big one I had the other day. But normally when I get a box, it's, 2 to 10. Let's call it that. Yeah, so when you do watch it, it's a 7-box video, and the first 4 boxes go through really fast because it's basically like, I found 1 coin, I found 2 coins, and I kind of skip through them pretty fast. But once I get to the Brinks box with all the finds, I literally record it like it's a live stream, and I fast forward through the junk. So you'll pretty much just get to see me open rolls that have silver in them. But you do have to get a couple, 4, 5, 6 minutes into the video. And then it just gets just fun. I even go back and watch my own video because it's just fun to watch myself open silver. I know that sounds sad, but I've watched that video 2 or 3 times to remind myself how much fun it was. Oh, wow. 78 Benjis would be awesome. I love Benjis. I really do. I like finding walkers, but they're usually so slick that I would prefer to find Benjis. And most of the Benjis I find are in pretty darn good shape. $78 Benjis. That's crazy. Well, I don't think that's going to happen here tonight, but I got my fingers crossed that we'll eventually run across something. Hell, I'd even take a nice variety at this point. I might even have a couple of them sitting over here. This is 64. Where'd I put it? Yeah, like these were the kind of Benjis I was pulling out of that box. This is what a lot of them looked like. So that was pretty cool. I always keep a handful of these on my desk and I monkey with them while I'm at work. I'll shuffle them, or I usually do that with 40% because I don't care if they get a little scuffed up. But like I won't coin shuffle Benjis, proof Benjis. That's crazy. I don't think that one had full bell lines. Give me a second. I'll put it under the scope for you. I'm sure I had at least one in there that did. You tell me. And they look pretty good, but I don't know if that would qualify as full bell lines. And then if you look at the top row, you've got a little bit of a crack through there. But it looks really good. And I mean, this probably isn't the best one. It's just the one I had out. The rest I've put in a roll, and they're in my little secure area. And that's the kind of thing we were talking earlier about, you know, profiting from doing this. Those are the kinds of coins that, because they've got scratches on them, like if you were to go sell those, could you really command, you know, okay, you could go sell them and say, all right, I want 22 times face or 23 times face, which, you know, that's a good profit on those. But it's not like I'm going to go look at my red book and go, hey, these are proof, you know, or MS or something like that, and go ask for $60 a coin. That's what I struggle with when I find those. Is if I were to try to offload them, how would I even do it? Because I surely wouldn't want to sell them for close to spot. They're just too nice of coins. I'm just not sure anybody would pay me what I wanted for them. Because then you're getting into, then you're having to deal with a coin collector and not a silver stacker. And those coins have enough wear or damage or, you know, whatever you want to call it, environmental damage to it, that you're not going to get the big dollars out of it. Because you can go pull one of those from a proof set and be in nicer condition than that. And the other problem is that getting that stuff graded has gotten so expensive between the insured shipping back and forth and then just the grading fees that unless you're going to get $300 or $400 for the coin, it's just not even worth doing. Yeah, go back and watch that video after this. I think you'll enjoy it. You'll see how many of them are just outstandingly pretty. I don't put them all under the scope. I don't even think I put any of them under the scope, honestly, in the middle of that video. But they were pretty fantastic. So this roll, what is this? 18? Just not getting there tonight, fellas. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, too much damage on the coins. I mean, they're beautiful. You might be able to say full belt lines, but somebody's going to say, so what? There's, you know, whatever, too much damage in the fields, too many bag marks, you know, too much environmental damage, and, you know, then you're right back to spot price. So I'd rather just hang on to it because I think it's beautiful and I found it, you know. And to your point, if one day we hit hyperinflation and silver's where it's at, then, you know, I'll use that to keep myself afloat, keep the family afloat, right? I might have maybe a gilded one in here, maybe, or is it just, no, just toned. 71. Too bad. It's been a while since I found a 71 DDO as well. I look at a lot of them. 71D. I look at a lot of them. Hey, Lester. Welcome to the stream. We're just hanging out while I hunt a box of halves. Talking about cool stuff we've found. And hoping I find some cool stuff tonight. But so far, that is not working out. I'm telling you, these are all, well, not that one. These are all 74s that just have outstanding edges and just beautiful faces. These all had to come from a mint set. Somebody broke up a 74 mint set. And they all ended up in this box. What are you up to this evening, Lester? Coin roll fishing has got to drive you crazy how slow I'm going through this box. I did find, and maybe you guys have seen this, I picked up a box from Wells Fargo. It was one I normally don't go to, and they were like, yeah, we have a whole box. They're bank wrapped and all that. So I got excited, and they brought them out, and I opened the box and looked at them. And what someone had done was they went through the box, took a razor blade down the side and pinched the paper and edge hunted down the slice and then put it back in the box. And they did that to all 50 rolls. And the bank manager was assuring me that that was not done by a customer. That's how they came from the vault, and that the box must have been dropped to split all of that paper. And, of course, I got them home and basically just pinched the paper and edge hunted it and made it through that box in about 6.5 minutes because somebody had already done the hard part of cutting the paper for me. And I didn't have to actually take any coins out to see the edges. And I turned around and took that whole box right back to the bank that I got it from, and they were pretty pissed to see me. But I was like, told you. I didn't even want to buy them. Ready for bed? It's too early to be ready for bed. I still got Halo 5 to grind out after this. There's a super shiny. Maybe we got an NIFC, maybe? Nope. Just another really nice. I'll put it under here. A really nice 1974. Crazy. I'm just keeping a stash of those to see how many I get. Yeah, see, I sit at work. This is what I do. If you've ever, been played poker or whatever, is I get them and I of course I screwed it up because I'm trying to show you guys, but I just shuffle them like you would poker chips. And I do this all day while I'm sitting at work or on conference calls, and I just shuffle them. It's tough to see from the overhead, but I enjoy the sound they make, the feel of them. So I do enjoy it myself. The sound of these coins clicking drive my wife absolutely crazy because she knows I'm down in the basement live streaming or making videos for YouTube, and that's okay. She has her hobbies and I have mine. That Wells Fargo people do it, that's possible. It's possible they have somebody in the back who, when the boxes come in, do that. I wouldn't put it past them. Like I said, it wasn't a branch I go into a lot, so I don't want to necessarily judge those people, but what you're saying, I wouldn't put past them. I did have my Wells Fargo. I've tried to get into paper currency a little bit, and so my Wells Fargo branch, I love everybody that works there. When I walk in, they're all like, hey, and they're all happy to see me. And now when I get up there, the tellers all come running up with the random stuff that's come in during the week, which is really cool, but sometimes also really funny. They'll bring me 9 wheat pennies from, 1958 or something. Like, they're just wheat pennies. They're not even great shape. But every now and then, like this week, I went in and the lady pulled out a 1950, I think it was a 1950 series $50 bill. And it was actually in decent shape. The serial number wasn't great, but somebody had written on it. And I was like, had this not been written on, I would have bought this thing and just gone and put it in my stash, because it was a cool looking 1950s bill. But I think it's kind of funny that they're all hanging on to their stuff now and showing me when I walk in and seeing if I want to buy it. And same branch, they hung on to some red label $2 bills from like the 70s or maybe it was the 60s for me. That was kind of cool. Picking up some old $2 bills for face. Let me catch up on the chat here. It's better than hanging out at the Gentleman's Club. Oh, wow, they were all cut. Wow, so maybe they are doing it. I think I've only picked up one ever that was cut. I have picked up some boxes where they were obvious rewraps, meaning, and I'll be honest, I've done this before, depending on where I was in the world and what I had access to. But it's the old game you play of, I don't have wraps and there's no coin machine, so let's play this game, right? And you can roll this paper out. Let me do this a little faster here with this. And this is the horrible thing I've seen at the bank, right? And now you're ready to go. You have a wrapper, you can throw them right back in here. And I've gotten entire boxes where you can tell somebody did this, stuffed them all back in the thing, pushed the paper down and put them in the same box and sent them back to the bank. And when that box went back to Brinks just put new tape over it and sent it right back out. So that's happened to me a couple of times where I've picked up boxes and they were all just restuffs. And that's frustrating as a coin roll hunter. But I say that, but I've done it in the past myself, so can't get too upset about it. Sometimes you do what you got to do. And if you're in the chat and just watch me do that with a roll of paper, don't do that. If you've never done it before, just don't do it. So we're on roll 25, 26, 27 without any fines in this second box. Oh, shorted rolls? Yeah. I had one box where I had a shorted roll and an overstuffed roll, which I thought was really funny because I was mad when I got the shorted roll. Because I'm like, now I'm down 50 cents. And then like 10 rolls later, I got one that had 21 coins in it. I'm like, well, I guess it all worked out. The other thing I hate is when you get like, a box of nickels and it has pennies in the rolls. Or a penny box, and this is just the opposite, but if you have a penny box that has dimes in it, at least you're making money. But I've had that too. I did a penny box swap with Jinx Brothers, and the box I gave him from Georgia, I think, had 5 dimes in his penny box. So he made like 40 cents or something just opening the rolls, which I thought was kind of funny. You got a customer wrapped roll with 7 quarters. So it had 7 quarters inside the $50 roll. And coin roll fishing, you were shorted $40. You were short 4 whole rolls. I think once I was shorted a roll. Now that I think back on it, in the history of me doing this, I think I did get 1 box from a Wells Fargo that had 49 rolls in it. And when I went back to complain about it, they basically told me because I didn't open the box at the bank, they couldn't do anything for me. And I said, well, I recorded opening the box and counting them on camera. I'm happy to show you the video. And they were like, yeah, sorry, we can't do anything about it. So I said, okay, no big deal. And it only happened once. And like I said, this is actually a branch I use every week, and they're wonderful people. And I just ate the $10. But if I was shorted 4 rolls, I'd be pretty pissed. That's a lot of money to give away because the securities companies can't count. Oh, well, that's nice. At least they gave you credit. Like I said, in my situation, they did not. But I'd have been pissed had they done nothing and it was 4 rolls short. 1982. Although if I lost 4 rolls and they didn't do anything for me, I've been banking with Wells Fargo for pretty much since I was a teenager. I'm sure I would have, raised my voice a little bit and threatened to take all my money out of their bank, and they probably would have done something, but I would have pulled a Karen, and they would have hopefully taken care of me rather than calling the police. But it is what it is. Roll 31, 25, 31. These are terrible tonight. You got a play, so you got like a play penny in a penny roll. That's awesome. No, I will say, and this is one that I'd love to get you guys' opinion on, magic coins. So I did magic all through college and a little bit after college at parties, and I did it at corporate events and that sort of stuff for a little bit of extra cash. And I actually own, magic coins and the little plastic rings, and I can actually do a handful of, neat stories with the actual effect. And they're, those things for as long, since I've been a kid, a magic $50 costs $30 to $40. So if I find one coin roll hunting, I'm tickled, because to me, that's a $40 win. How do you guys feel about that? Because to you guys, it's a 50-cent piece that's worth nothing. Was the plastic penny a DDO? That's funny. Ah! Coin explosion. Nice 71. Grease strike. Not too bad though. Was it a DDO? I picked up a whole roll of plastic DDOs from Target. That's funny. It came in my daughter's plastic register. All right, you got to find it in every box. There's a coin roll fishing. In your 55 box video, how many of these did you find? This would be a miscellaneous for me. But the necklace coin seems to be a staple. In 55 boxes, I have to imagine you probably found somewhere on the order of 45 of those. Really only two? I get these, probably one in every other box. Sometimes two in a box. There's a 74, like a mint set 74. Look at this thing. A little ring of death on it. That's the kind of coin you need it to be a DDO. Trying to get the light to be a little. It's not. I'm gonna check that against the book. Yeah, to me that's the. If I can't find a necklace ring in a box, then it is definitely a skunk for me. That's why I say it's probably every other box, because I definitely have my boxes where I get absolutely nothing. That necklace, man, that's a staple. There must have been a year where every dad in America was drilling holes in $50 and giving them to their daughters for necklaces. It's like pet rocks or something. Hey, Donald Reagan. How are you, sir? Actually, you were the one that said it wasn't a DDO. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the chat. Thanks for stopping by. I don't think I've seen you before, and if I have, apologies for not recognizing the handle there, the name. All right, we got 15 rolls left to find something. And just to keep my board up to date, I am going to put that necklace in as a... Come on. Where'd my bar go? I'm going to put that in as a miscellaneous just because I can. Just to make it look like we found more fun stuff. Not in that roll. Not in that roll. Why not? Come on, silver. Give me something. It'd be funny if we got down to like these last 5 or 10 rolls and ended up finding like 15 silvers or something. That would be awesome. That would make me so happy. It's a good looking 73. That would make me so very happy. I did do a live stream some time ago where we found nothing in the whole box, and in the last roll we found 1 silver. Roll number 50. And it's like, had I started it the other way around, it would have been in like roll number 1 or roll number 5. And then the rest of it would have been all downhill. But it was kind of cool to find one at the last second. There's Coin Hunter Chris. I was talking about you earlier. I sent a bunch of people over to your channel to check out your mega haul from last month. Very cool, Donald. Well, I appreciate you stopping by. Feel free to check out the rest of the channel. I try to do videos every week, but I've slowed down these last couple of weeks for various reasons. But I try to get relatively interesting content out. So thanks for coming. And yeah, Coin Hunter Chris, we were talking about that like, I don't know, you had like $1,000 worth of silver in that bank you just randomly stopped by. So I was talking about it, and a bunch of people wanted to know where your channel was, and I put a link to that video. So hopefully you get a few subs and some views, and everybody's happy, and makes me happy. So double 1983s back to back, both with FGs. So, Donald, how many, are you coin roll hunting as well? If so, like how many boxes a week are you going through? Tell us about yourself. What kind of coin roll hunter are you, sir? I know a lot of the folks in the chat. Let me learn something about you. I'm still waiting for you to send me some of it, Chris. I even got me a new P.O. box down in the bottom of my video. You could just box up a couple of rolls and send them my way. I'm just teasing. I watch videos like that, and I am so happy for the people that it happens to, and I am at the very same time so very jealous. Because I'm like, that's going to happen to me one day. I'm not even going to have to hunt boxes. I'm just going to walk in and the tellers are going to go, here are 10-ounce bars of silver. We're going to sell to you for face value. You know what I mean? Like, it's just free money. So far, that hasn't happened. Jinx Brothers, what's going on, brother? You guys have caught me at the tail end. I've got 10 rolls left. We have found a bunch of NIFCs in the last box, and we've found one lonely necklace ring or necklace coin in this box. And we are just hanging out and chatting about stuff. I was telling people about that Georgia box of pennies I sent you, Jinx, that had all those dimes in it, and I didn't even get a percentage. That was actually fun doing that penny hunt with you, the dual live stream. That was a blast. I'm so slow at pennies, but it was a lot of fun. So Donald says, I'm a coin roll hunter now. Started like 6 months ago. Found my first few silvers in the first box and have been hooked since. That'll do it to you. That's awesome, man. Keep it up. Keep it up. It's a lot of fun, and if you're only doing half dollars, I will tell you that is fun, but branching out and doing other denominations can also be fun, but I would say stay away from the dimes because they suck. You know, copper is moving up in the world, so hunting for wheat pennies and coppers and errors and pennies is fun. I love hunting quarters for W's and errors. That's a lot of fun. And it's a nice break from looking at half dollars. Hey, you owe me 20 cents. I know. I know. That's funny. So you go through dimes. I can't do it. I can't do it. I mean, I could edge hunt dimes. But you wouldn't catch me dead looking through dimes for errors or varieties or anything like that. Oh, 540s in 2 boxes. That's nice. That is really nice. Glad one of us is finding silver. And if you guys, I'll say it again, if you guys haven't gone and looked at Coin Roll Fishing, he posted his 55 box hunt and found a bazillion silvers. It's a lot of fun. Go check that out. I'm just still flabbergasted he did 55 boxes in a week, but more power to you. Nice to find some AG. All right, we got 8 rolls left. Yeah, I mean, and you got to think about, like, a dime is only worth like $2 or something. And to look through that many dimes, granted, I mean, you'll go through just as many halves and not find much, but at least if you find a 40, it's worth, you know, about $4. And if you find a 90, it's worth 10. The reason I like quarters too is because if you find W's, some of those are worth 30. So you know, for me, I would rather hunt for stuff that has a little higher value. And the only reason I look for errors is because, you know, I've sold a few errors on eBay for $50, $60, $70 before. So if you find the right error or the right variety, you can make money on those. It's just a lot slower hunting for those than it is just edge hunting silver. So, Rick Lewis, I was watching you on the TV, but I can't send you messages. Okay. Well, welcome to the channel. Were you on your smart TV watching me on the YouTube app? That's funny. I'm sure I sound great coming through big old speakers. Coin roll fishing, business accounts, and a lot of driving. I spread the coins throughout Southern California over a dozen. You told me that. I think everybody else needs to know it. And that's, I think that's what you got to do that kind of volume. I think if you tried to do that in 2 or 3 banks local, they'd shoot you. And your eyes don't bleed. Jigs is talking about dimes. That's funny. So that is one thing that I'm always flabbergasted by here, that, you know, mainly where I return coins, they have coin machines, which is great. One of the weeks I didn't do many boxes is because all my branches that had coin machines, they were all broken the same week. So I couldn't return anything, and I just kind of was at the phase where I refused to re-roll it. Although now I have a bunch of wrappers, so if I do get forced to re-roll, I will. But I've seen other coin roll hunters that their banks will let them just load up. You know, they give them bank bags and they say, hey, fill this with $1,000 and give them to us, and, you know, we'll give you credit. But all the banks around here that don't have coin machines, they make me re-roll them. And my understanding is they get my rolls, and then they have to, at some point that day or that week, take all those coins out of my rolls and put them in that bank bag. And I don't get it. That drives me crazy. If they would let me just dump it in a $1,000 bag, I would do that all day, because it would even save me time at the coin machine, because I could just take the bags into the bank and go, here's $1,000, here's $1,000, here's $1,000, and be done with it. So I'm not that fortunate, I guess. You're going through 3 boxes of halves. Well, you're finding silver too. Try So Jinx, are you saying Bank of America will let you bring in bags instead of rolls? Because that is one bank I do not have an account with. And honestly, the one branch they have that's really close to me is one of those new, like, funky banks that only do digital. There's like a lady standing at the door, and the only banking you can really do is digital or through the ATM. I mean, there's other branches that aren't too far away, but that's just the closest one. I have to have a business account. Yeah, wouldn't want to do that either. Yeah. Well, I mean, they want you to order boxes because they don't want to carry the inventory. So if they're going to get $50 for you, they're going to want you to get the entire box. That doesn't surprise me. If I go in 10 banks in a day, which I haven't done in a while, I might find one that actually has a box of halves in stock. I know it's not silver, it just sounds funny. Anyway, I don't know. Just sounded funny. Sorry. Well, that's nice too. Same day counter credit. So normally when I turn in my coins at the coin machine, I just have them give me cash. And today, because I dropped all my coins at one branch and was picking up coins from just another branch of the same bank, I was like, if I just, rather than you give me cash, can you just put it in my account and can I get it out immediately, like 5 minutes from now? And they were like, absolutely. So I literally dropped off my coins at one branch, drove 1.5 miles up the road to another one, and then filled out a withdrawal slip and took home $1,000 in coins that I had literally just deposited 5 minutes earlier. Normally I cash that stuff though, just so it's easier when I go to pick up the next one. I can just hand them the bills. And it allows me to do some serial number hunting and star note hunting. All right, 3 rolls left. 3 rolls. It sounds like all you guys that were coin roll hunting with me all found silver but me so far. $96, decent looking. Decent looking 71. Well, no, not having under the scope, it doesn't look so great. It's kind of crappy. That's right, come on, silver. We got 2 rolls left. Can we get, I'm just gonna go ahead and take them out. That's the end of that box. Maybe we'll get a last roll save. Let's see. Well, not so far. Nope. I've looked at 1,000,000 1971 Ds tonight. Not a single DDO. At least that's what it feels like. So Jinx, how many more penny boxes do you have to get through this year? What's your count up to? Paper was cracked. Nope. No silver. We got one shiny edge. I am so far behind. Maybe that thing's just behind. According to my live stream, I'm something like 30 or 40 seconds behind. You're up to 16 penny boxes. You got quite a ways to go. Do you have some you just haven't gone through yet, or are you still trying to find other people to trade from other states? And nothing. Well, that was not what I was hoping for. So I pulled these. For those of you that weren't here, I got a bunch of 74s that look like they came out of mint sets. Just really nice. They're mostly Philadelphia's. Where's my little camera thing? Mostly Philadelphia's, but they're just gorgeous. So I'm going to see if any one of these are nicer than what I have in my book. And then in box number 1, we did have, I think it was 14 NIFCs and 20, mostly 2015s and 2016s. We did have a 2018, I believe, somewhere in here. That was the, there it is. Decent looking 2018. Actually, all the NIFCs tonight look pretty good. But most of those will go back in the bin. So nothing special there. So Jinx says you got 2 more hunted and not posted, and you have 2 more on hand. So does your 16 include those 4? I imagine it does. I imagine it does. I want to show you guys I'm going to do a live stream and do this. I don't know when, but I have rolls and rolls and rolls of wheat pennies. I think I have 25 rolls of wheat pennies that I have and I'm not going to grab the rest, but I think I've got 25 rolls of wheat pennies, and then I have a bag of wheat pennies in copper that I'm going to go through, and I don't know where I put my little books. They're over there. But I'm going to go through these at some point just on a live stream to hang out and go and find nice wheat pennies to put in my penny books. And I did pick up in that coin collection a set that was actually got a pretty good head start. It has all 3 books. I love these steel pennies. I need to find out if they've been replated, but they're absolutely gorgeous. But they had a pretty good head start on it, and at some point in the 50s, he started getting really nice stunners put in these books. But I want to finish this guy's set that I picked up in that collection, so you guys can see those. And I want to say like the current one, the 75 to current's almost completely done. But I want to fill these, and I bought a brand new set of books that I've only popped a couple of coins in. So that's going to be another live stream one of these days. I might do like on a weekend and just go through wheat pennies. So for you penny hounds out there, that could be a lot of fun. So that is something I'm going to do. And I'm trying to think what else. And I have gone through that coin collection, Jinx. I'm still looking at those Indian head pennies. I'm definitely going to pull some for you, and I'll get you a price. There's a couple of the ones I have that are kind of in extra fine to AU condition that I'm likely going to either put up for auction or do a hefty buy it now, like on a Facebook group. But yeah, I'll definitely pull some of those Indian heads for you. Hey, Coin Roll Fishing, thanks for coming by, man. I appreciate it. I subbed you today, or it's possible I subbed you a long time ago, but your video popped up yesterday or today, and I watched it. It was amazing. But thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. Heavy Fog, how do you get rolls of just wheats? So the story behind this is I got all these for face value. Most of the time, if you're buying wheat pennies in bulk, you should be able to get them for 2 to 3 cents a piece. So, I mean, granted it's double, but it's still not that expensive. These all came from, and like I said, I've got probably 10 or 12, 13 more rolls. I just didn't bring them over here. This was a collection dump at a bank. I went in asking if they had any $50. They said no. I said, do you have anything interesting? And they were like, well, it depends on what you mean by interesting. And they started pulling out stuff like this. They had, mint rolls of nickels. And I said, yeah, that's interesting. What else? And they pulled out a whole bin from one of the little safes underneath. And they had rolls of rolls of buffalo nickels. They had rolls like this from a collection dump that all, they said 1940s nickels, 1950s nickels, 1930s nickels, et cetera, et cetera. And I found, I don't know, probably a roll and a half or 2 rolls of war nickels inside of all of that. But they also, had these 20 to 25 rolls of wheat pennies stashed away at the bank. And I bought them all. And I've gone through them once. I did a live stream when I first got them. I was still kind of very new to all of this. And I'm sure that live stream, if you went back and watched it, it'd be awful and boring. Because I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was looking for. And since then, I've learned a lot more. So this could be a lot more fun to go through. At least for me. And you guys come hang out while I do it, if you like. So that's the story, Heavy Fog. That's how I got them. If you were just looking to buy them, any coin shop will sell you a roll of Wheaties. You can find them on not Facebook, but YouTube. God, I can't talk tonight. eBay. Even Facebook. There's plenty of penny groups and stuff on Facebook that you can buy rolls of Wheaties. But I got lucky. I got everything that I'm talking about right now at face value. Just ask. Yeah, I go in. So you weren't here earlier in the stream. I was just talking about the one Wells Fargo I go in. Every time I walk in now, I get that. It's almost like Norm from Cheers. I don't know how old you guys are, but I walk in and they're all like, hey, good to see you. They all know what I'm there for. And they all the tellers, they have their little handful of stuff. They either want to know if it's valuable. They want to know if I want to buy it. They want to know, they just want to know if there's anything interesting about it. So last time I went in, they're handing me wheat pennies now that they're pulling out of their drawers. They handed me a 1950 series $50 bill that I would have bought from them, but it had writing on it. I haven't seen a 1950s series $50 bill in a long time. I got a bunch of red label $2 bills several months ago that I walked in and they were just like, hey, somebody turned these in. Do you want to buy them? So, when you go into the bank, get to know them. If you let them know that you're a coin collector or a coin roll hunter, and you might have to explain it to them. I mean, if you're in there enough, they'll start looking out for you, and you don't even have to ask. You just walk in and they just hand you stuff. Banks that I don't normally go into, that's literally my question. It's like, hey, I'm looking for $50. I'm looking for silver dollars. I'm looking for anything interesting that may have come across your counter, old bills. I always ask if I'm getting customer wrapped, I ask if they have anything that's in paper that looks old, right? I mean, this is a really old wrapper for pennies. I think you can still buy them, but you don't see them that often. This is kind of what you see, and this is what you see most of the time for customer wrapped. But when you start getting into these old color ones, it's probably got some old stuff in it. So that's the way I do it. I know Jinx did a whole video on just going to drive-through banks and saying, hey, do you have any $50, right? And I think you had a video where you got, I don't know, a couple 8 or 9 silvers or something, just going through the drive-thrus asking for $50. So yeah, just ask. Trying to think, what else can I show you guys? I am going to do a giveaway here pretty soon. I talked about this earlier, so if you've heard it, sorry. I'm approaching like 720 subscribers, so when I get to 750, I'm going to do a giveaway. I'm still trying to think about how much I want to give away because I tend to go a little overboard and I don't want to go too crazy. But I'm going to do that, so look forward to it. I'll do a shout-out giveaway as well. I've only got like 250 subs left to get to 1,000, give or take, 260, 270. And I'm only like 998 hours away. So I'm going to try to live stream a little bit more. And with the giveaway, I'm going to do it like I did last time, where I'll probably live stream a couple of $50 boxes and do the giveaways. And you will have to be present to win. So hopefully we'll get a big crowd for that. That worked out really well for my last giveaway at 500. So stay tuned for that. I'll announce it in the next couple of weeks. So Heavy Fog, would you say? Thank you for the information. Started getting a few rolls last couple of times I went in. I didn't even realize I could get boxes until I started watching your videos. Yeah. Boxes are fun. I think there's lots of people that believe the customer wrapped is the way to go. So I can't discourage you from saying going in and getting customer wrapped, but you also tend to, you can also get kind of gypped on some of the customer wrapped because you just never know what kind of junk they're loading those rolls with. But don't cut customer wrap short, because all these wheat pennies and nickels that I got, those were all customer wrapped, right? It just came from somebody who had a nice collection and they dumped them at the bank. A couple of you new guys, if you're gold folks, I am selling, I just put it on Instagram and the silver forum. I am selling some of my pre-33 gold that I got in that coin collection. It's less than you're going to pay at AppMex, but it's still hefty prices. So it's not like dropping 30 bucks on some silver. Most of these gold pieces are pretty pricey. But if you're a gold person, let me know. Happy to point you to my Instagram post and or go ahead, send you over to the silver forum. Or you can shoot me an email. And that collection, I've got prices on almost everything now, and I'm going to start offloading that stuff on Facebook and Instagram. So if there's anything in that collection that's interesting, let me know. Shoot me an email. So Heavy Fog, that's how I got started, man. I coin roll hunted for about 3 months in my kitchen, and then thought, you know what? I'm going to start a YouTube channel and see how it goes. And here I am over a year later still doing it. And as I just said, eking closer and closer towards being able to monetize the channel. So yeah, man, grab your phone. I mean, that's literally all you need. You need your iPhone. So hey, Coin Hunter Chris, thanks for stopping by, man. Have fun. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, it's free to set up your YouTube channel, and I mean, you need your cell phone, you know, I mean, it's fun. I think that's how we all start. Let's make a video or two and throw it out there and see what happens. Well, Donald, thanks for subbing. I appreciate it. I will keep pumping out videos. Like I said, I have slowed down of late. And a few people have told me in emails and stuff, and it's not that I don't want to create more content. It's been a little slow for me picking up boxes, and when I have, they've been a lot of skunk boxes in between boxes that are good. So rather than subject you guys to a bunch of skunk boxes, I'd rather do a live stream and hang out. So I'm trying to mix that up a little bit now. But yeah, I'll keep pumping out videos as fast as I can as I have time. So if you guys keep coming, I'll keep doing it. And for you guys in the chat, man, I think at least half of the folks in here, I know they've got YouTube channels. write down their names. Go check out their channel. I know these guys are working hard too. Go check them out. All these guys have some good videos. At least the ones that I know. Just spread the love around, man. All right, guys. Well, if you guys have any more questions or if there's something you want to see, like I said, I did that coin collection. If there's something you guys want to see under the scope, I'm happy to show you. Or if you have any more questions, I can hang out and answer them. If you don't, I'm going to head out. It's almost midnight for me, and I got work in the morning. But I will hang out as long as you guys have questions or something you want to talk about. So I don't want to run you off. At the same time, if you guys are all done, I can be done too. And the lag on my video is so long, I say stuff like that and I have to wait like 30 seconds. So, all right, see you later, Donald. All right, you can save my questions for the next one. That's cool, man. And you can always shoot me an email. I'm happy to answer anything. You shoot me an email. It's on the screen here. It's in the description of all my videos. Feel free, man. Shoot me a note. I try to respond to everybody. So, all right. Well, you guys, it doesn't sound like we have any more questions. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Thanks for watching me go through rolls. Unfortunately, we didn't find too much interesting. But we'll do this again real soon. So, good night and see you guys in the next one.